afternoon, people. Welcome to game number 2 between WhA and Team Empire. We have got, I hope, an exciting match again ahead of us, because previous game, I mean, I know a lot of people were saying, you know, Team Empire, they have been doing so well last week. I was one of the people that said that. And WhA, we haven't seen that much of them, but they put up one hell of a fight. And we're gonna see if they can do it again, and this time take the game Force Empire into game number 3 to decide which one of these two teams will be taking on either Kharkiv or Kaipi in the semi-finals of the Lostworld tournament, because that is what this game is for. This is the quarterfinals. There are 3 other matches, so 4 matches in total, going on right this very second, because the semi-finals are straight after that. So of the 8 teams that are fighting right now, we're gonna have 4 that will make it on to the semi-finals, and I'll be casting one of those as well. So stay tuned for that for sure. But for now, we have got game number 2 between WhA and Team Empire, and we see some standard bans. I mean, I have to note though, because this is like exactly the way that the previous game was looking. First pick is WhA. Normally, you see people that have first pick going for those bans that, you know, aren't really that normal, like not the Lycanthrope, not the Nagacyber. They leave that to the other team to ban out. But it looks like WhA were kind of worried that Empire would not ban those out, and they just don't want to fight against those. And apparently, they don't want to fight with those either, because that's the thing. If you have first pick, all the bans that you do are basically heroes that you don't want to play either. And they ban out the Wisp. That is basically a respect ban. They didn't want to pick it up, but they don't want to fight against it again, because they fought against it in the previous game, and it's just not fun. We have Empire banning out again the Brood Mother, so they just really don't like to fight against that one. It's of course a hero that requires a lot of resources to shut down, so I do agree with that. Even though, you know, you can shut them down, it's you know, it's just you have to build your strategy a bit around it. You have to have someone in the lane the entire time. You have to just take the time to gank him a couple of times so that he's squishy and he will be feeling unsafe on the lanes and stuff like that. But, you know, they just don't want to fight against it. Same goes for the Darkseer, thinking that that might be a pickup that we as Asian were aiming for. And just don't want to give it to them. We still have the Rubik in the pool. Rubik that was on WhA in the previous game. The Lone Druid again banned out by Empire. The only difference that we have this game is that it is a Wisp ban out rather than an anti-mage. But Rubik's still in, and it means that Empire will be able to get their hands on a Leshrac again if they want to have that. They will be able to have an H Prophet if they want to have that. Tidehunter, Templar Assassin. They had to fight against Templar Assassin in the previous game, and he was actually doing quite well. But this game, I kind of hope that we're going to see a Scandal TA, because that is just a treat to watch. Venomancer Morphling picked up here by WhA. I'm wondering if they're going to go for another aggressive trial, and we still have the Chad Enchantress Enigma in the pool, so all those 3 kind of jungle heroes in the pool still. And it is a Tidehunter that will be picked up by Empire as the last one to close the line. Apparently my phone is going off right now, but I can't really answer now, can I? So let's see the bans coming out from WhA in this match. We have the anti-mage, of course. Morphling is one of those heroes that just don't want to fight against the anti-mage, as in it's a bit of a, it's not really a counter, but you could try to do the same thing as the Morphling is doing, and anti-mage just farms slightly better later on. So don't want to fight against the anti-mage. Understandable. We have the Chaos Knight being banned out, purely because like last time Morphling was picked up around the same time, I believe, and I said it then too, I will say it now again. If you have a Morphling, you want one of those heroes that can just take the attention away from the Morphling and make sure that, you know, the entire Empire team is distracted, is focused on some other hero while Morphling is farming. And Chaos Knight is one of those heroes that can do that. When he's level 8, he can just run around killing stuff. You don't want that to happen. Now let's see the last ban out coming from Empire. And I have my in-game voice turned on. Have it turned on. We'll check when it starts. I should have the thing on. I'll try to do it again. It is on. Enable open mic on. Volume on. I have got my little... No, okay, that's why. Crap. Crap. Okay, wait. I can fix it though. I can fix it. You know what? While we see the draft anyway, I will do that on the side screen. And I will be able to comment on it. You will hear some clicks and stuff because I will be starting some virtual audio cables. Because that is what I'm missing right now. They disappear when I restart my PC. That is a virtual audio cable thingy. That is a virtual audio cable thingy. That is a virtual audio cable thingy. I have to have 3. There's always that many. But yeah, I said just now. I said heroes that you want to have. You know, at level 6 that are powerful. Brewmaster is one of those as well. So that is why we see that one banned out here. As that is, of course, one of those heroes that can start wreaking havoc as soon as he is level 6. And you don't really want that, now do you? There, now it's fixed. I should be able to be audible in the game itself. So, we have got the next pick going off for WhA. What do they want to get then? They have, if you go for a Rubik solo lane, maybe, Rubik mid, could be, Venomancer dual lane, they could still go for jungle here if they kind of want that, but I don't think they do. They need then either a solo lane, Windrunner still in the pool, there's still so many solo lanes. Bounty Hunter would be a good one to have here actually, that is also one of those heroes that can roam around at level 6. And it is a Sand King that gets picked up here. Could be Rubik Sand King dual lane. I don't know actually. Nah, I actually have no clue. Ooh, that's a first. No, that's not a first, unfortunately. But it is quite an unusual pickup. Maybe they're aiming to have him as a solo lane. We have seen that before. But right now, I mean, I can't guess the lanes. Maybe Goblet can, and you know, he's a professional player, so he should. I think you should be able to see what WhA is aiming for with these lanes. But the hard part is that you don't really know what Rubik is gonna do. Is he gonna be supporting? Is he gonna be on a solo lane? You really can't tell for sure. And there's the chance still picked up by Empire, and they won't have any issue with WhA picking up a jungle hero, I believe, because they still need a solo lane. I still think Bounty Hunter wouldn't be a bad choice here, but at the same time, I am not quite sure. I mean, if we talk about solo lanes, you also have, for example, the Beastmaster, well, a lot of heroes. I just realized, of course, Venomancer is there too. Maybe Venomancer is going to be a solo mid lane versus the TA. We have seen that before.
5 seconds remaining.
He is, of course, one of those heroes like Leshrac in the previous game that can pop up that refraction very fast. So Rubik's, maybe Venomancer solo lane, Rubik with a Morphling and Sand King, and then another solo lane to go. Tinker, still in the pool as well. One of those heroes that makes it very hard for Empire to push against WhA, and even though they have a Leshrac and they have a Chen, they are quite push heavy, but they just would be able to hold that back with the March of the Machines.
Tinker.
There we go.
Radiant team pick.
Wow, I was right. I was right. Damn it. It happens. It happens. So let's see what Empire wants to do against this. I mean, a good hero against a Tinker, like in theory, is a Storm, but I'm not expecting a Storm in this game anymore. We have a Chen who's going to the jungle. We have a TA who's probably gonna go solo Leshrac, probably with the Tidehunter. And Windrunner that solo, sorry. There we go. Because Windrunner we saw him in the previous game, right? I mean, we're gonna see it again. We're gonna see it again. Let's see if he can carry his team again to victory as we switch overlays so that we see the entire map, but not just parts of it. Kinda. And it looks like the sound in-game has indeed been fixed. So if you're just tuning in, or if you're just hearing me via the in-game sound, then I will be able to let you know that you are watching a match between Empire and WhA, which you already saw, of course, also because that's listed at the top. It is a match for the Lostworld tournament, and It is the best out of three. We're seeing game number one, we're seeing game number two. Game number one was won by Empire, even though I have to say it was a 40-minute game, and we as Asian put up a big fight against Empire. We as Asian really showing that they are part of the big boys, as I'm sure not a lot of people would have regarded them as such. And let's see how they're gonna go for the lanes. They're gonna have the Venomancer with the Morphling indeed. So we're gonna have a trial lane actually. I'm not sure yet because everybody's going towards the bottom lane. And again, everybody go towards the bottom lane from Empire as well. In the previous game, everybody went to the top lane. Nothing happened. Let's see if something happens now. Look at Empire. They're really hiding behind trees. That is the state of the game. We're playing hide and seek, and they're hiding behind trees, and they're going to be Venomancer that's going to scout them out. Gale gets landed. Is there going to be a Burrow Strike? But it is Tidehunter. There is a Burrow Strike. Hits onto Tidehunter, goes down. First blood going towards the Morphling of all people. Windrunner picking up the Venomancer on the side in the meantime. Windrunner still on the run. Self has been popped off, but is going to be fine. Is going to be fine. 1 for 1, but this Morphling picking up the first kill. It is one of those heroes that you don't want to get that first blood money on because, you know, it is a Morphling. You don't want him to get any farm. And this time, unlike last time, we do see Unicorn playing that Morphling, as I did say previous game, that is one of his signature heroes. So we'll see if he can do a better job than Fada in the previous game. Fada was this game is going to be on the Tinker. We see Hip Hop Not Pop, or Not Sober in this case, playing the Rubik. We see on the bottom lane, we see the Sand King played by Asia. He's going to be soloing it up against Leshrek by the looks of it, and I said Leshrek, but maybe it's even going to be a semi-trial, and Leshrek and Tidehunter together with, of course, Chen in the jungle. We're going to have the top lane, it's going to be Rubik, who is being played, oh, we already saw that one, and and we already saw that one too. Which one did I miss? Oh, there we go! Venomancer, who's going to be in the middle lane helping out the Morphling farm, and is going to be played by RMC. In the meantime, let's see who's playing what on the side of Empire. We see Fun once again, Windrunner, and he picked up the first Bloods money, so he has got a slight advantage here in this lane. He still hasn't placed his wards just yet, but, you know, I say that he has a slight advantage in this lane, but at the same point, he's 2 versus 1, and that can work out to his advantage. If he doesn't die, he'll get extra levels if he can stay in experience rates, but we will see Rubik trying to harass him out there, even though right now it looks to be the other way around. So, Windrunner being ahead there slightly, and in the middle lane we don't see anybody just yet because the TA was there, but the TA versus Venomancer, I said it earlier, that's not really a nice matchup for Scandal. Scandal's going to be playing the TA though, so that should be good to watch, but if he's going to be shut down by his Venomancer, he's not going to be having that happy times. And let's see if he is going to change his skill build before it, because, you know, versus the Venomancer, your refraction will be worth almost nothing because it will go off so fast with all those poison ticks going through that, well, that you might as well not have it at all. But we'll see what kind of skill build he's going to go for. Of course, maybe you still want it if you're aiming for the Venomancer to be dead or to not be there, or to, you know, if you're going to roam around a bit more, because it's just the Venomancer at this point that is having that role for the refraction. You can count the Sandstorm from the Sand King for it as well, but then again, it's a Sand King Sandstorm. You can kind of move out of that if you want to. The bottom lane, it just didn't go over everybody just yet. This time we have Blow Your Brain being on the Leshrek, and he is 11 for 7 up. We're going to put up the last hits in the night. Sorry for not doing that earlier. And we have got a Tidehunter 0 for 1, but there offers a solo Sand King who's going to be Burrow Striking himself away, hopefully for him able to get away. Yes, no stun from Leshrek, even though the threats of the stun were there. But Sand King will be have to be very careful. He is level 2 already, so he's getting some levels, which is basically all you can ask for if you versus a dual lane as a Sand King that's solo. So in that sense, that's welcome. And like last time, I'm going to say it again. It is a Chen in the jungle for Empire, which means that... Oh, hello. Which means that they are getting some extra golden experience that the dire side is not getting. And they are getting some help from a tornado making Wildkin to force back the dire side here slightly. The Windrunner 5 for 1 right now. I mean, even though she's not getting that much last hit, she's getting experience. She's level 4 right now, with the Tinker being level 4 as well. So, keeping up track. Rubik level 2, he is trying to pull the creeps to the jungle every single time, but, you know, Fun can just do the same thing again, pull them back. Pull them back indeed. And for now, we have a pretty pretty safe. Both of these teams are pretty safe lanes, apart from this guy, who's gonna get Edict. With the creeps are there and the tower there to take up the Edict. Burrow striking through again. Predasia still being able to get away. Tidehunter still able to land the gush again in a minute or in a second. There's another burst strike maybe against soon. No, yeah, there's 3 stick charges. So Tidehunter's gonna stick there. Maybe they want to dive this, but this guy is gonna wait till he's level 6, level 7 before he starts roaming around, and he is getting more experience. Like the top lane, he is outnumbered, so he's getting a bit more experience. Tinker though, Tinker picking up the Windrunner. I was gonna say like every lane is gonna be very safe. Nobody should die in theory, but it is Tinker that picks up the Rubik here. Telekinesis, Fate Bolt, as well as a couple of rockets and a laser were enough to do Windrunner in. And there's a disconnect. Oh, that's just it's observer. Okay, never mind. For a second there, I thought it was this guy here. We have the TA being very low on life, and this time, I mean, the refraction does not offer any securance, but what will offer securance is the bottle. There we go. I was in a donkey. Insurance, securance. It's not really a word, is it? But yeah, I was gonna say, in theory, nobody really should die, unless they're gonna play it very unsafe. And the Sand King is playing it very safe, that's for sure. He will not be able to help his tower stand, though. I mean, his tower is gonna be knocked down here. And we see Maelstrom disconnected from this game as well. Maybe because the next semi-finals might be already starting off. And for the people in the chat, SS is indeed silenced. That was from former M5. And another guy lands on the Sand King. Sand King has a lot of regens, by the way, I have to say that. He's getting experience. He's level 4 right now, but the same level as the rest. He's being forced out of experience range so much that he doesn't really profit from having that extra experience on a lane, of being outnumbering the lane, and he can't do anything here. He can't do anything here. And this game, we as Asian, looks a bit more helpless than the previous game. Burrow strike through. Stun is not going to hit. Nice dodge here by Predatia. Getting blocked here slightly, but it's not going to mean anything. He still has the stick charges, also 9 stick charges. And the tower will drop here. Lashrak picking it up as he once again has a farming role. This time on a different person though. Sand King going in though. We're Morphling here as well. V-forming through. They want to go for it. Lashrak stun still doesn't hit. Burrow strike through on Goblet. There goes the Sand King. Goes down. And Tidehunter will be sent back, and Morphling's haste rune is gonna be useful to get him back home. But that was a bit of weird engagement from we as Asian. That was a very weird engagement from we as Asian. It does make it 1 versus 1 though. His Windrunner hasn't been picked up again since the last time. We see Hip Hop Not Pop still being harassed slightly, level 4 right now. TP in there from the Tidehunter, wants to do something. He's level 4 still, but he wants to help his Windrunner, help him farm. Help him get some solid last hits. Perhaps, if he wants to pick up that semi-carry role again. He needs to do something, and we see the TA actually going inside the jungle again. I mean, we look at the last hits, and we see that the TA is doing 31 for 2, but she has been taking these little creepies, and there's like they aren't worth that much. So we have to take that into account when we look at the last hit. She's going in though. Wants to go for the Venomancer. Tidy here as well. Anchor smash, and that is it with Tidehunter picking up the Venomancer. Templar Assassin going down. Oh, Venomancer getting the last hit from that actually. Well, it was Unicorn that made that happen, and that is not a worthy trade at all. That is not a worthy trade at all, and that is the refraction that goes off so fast with those poisons from the Venomancer. It is just not worth it. In the meantime, top lane TP's in there as Lashrak has showed his face on the top lane. There's got to be a Rubik there. TP from someone else got cancelled though. Yeah, someone's a Venomancer perhaps. There's the Tidehunter that's going back towards the top lane again. He doesn't have a Ravage just yet. We see the Sand King getting some more space to farm. He's still 8 for 0. Still playing it very safe, but he's getting experience right now. He's level 5, and when he's level 6, we're going to see him trying to get some kills with that epicenter of his. And we have another rotation here. The smoke is on. There is a Tidehunter, there is a Lashrak, and they take a very long way around towards the top lane, perhaps. Yeah. What route are they taking, really? Longest route in history of Dota. There is the TA as well, gonna help out. They know that the Rubik is still somewhere around there. 4 heroes of Empire on this top lane. If they're not gonna get anything on this top lane, then this is quite a waste of time for them. They're not getting gold, they're not getting experience, they're not getting towers, they're not getting kills. Yeah, that's not worth it to stand there with 5 or 4 of them. The only one who wasn't there is the Chen, but you know, the Chen is the Chen. He is farming. He is level 6 already, so Hand of God is ready, building towards a mechanism, as we saw him do in the previous game as well. We have Tinker, has his boot to travel already. That kill on the top lane helped, of course. Able to get some extra gold up on himself. And we do have now another stand-up on this top lane. Power Shield goes off, as well as the Fate Bolt, forcing Tidehunter at least a bit more back. Tidehunter who's still not level 6, so no Ravage just yet. They can't really do that much. Venomans are placing some wards, making sure they keep vision. And there goes the Tide. He goes back to the top lane, to the bottom lane rather. The thing is, WhA Asian doesn't know yet that he is gone, so they will be playing a bit extra safe until they know that the Tidehunter is indeed there. There goes the slow. They go for the Tinker. Tinker TP's out. Will be in time. I think he will be. Yes, he is. That's the trouble. The TA. The thing that you can do is just TP out of there and you'll be safe if you're not getting nuked down beforehand. And of course, Ravage not there to stop it either, because he is not level 6 yet. Didn't mention it yet. I think I did a couple of times. I'm sorry. Now we have the Shrike building towards drums. I mean, he's not been doing that bad at all, actually. He's got mana boost 42 for 12. Highest farmer though. I mean, I did say Unicorn's one of his signature heroes is the Morphling, and he is able to play that hero fairly well. If you watched Gozo League Division 1 in the first season, then you know why. He was owning a lot on his Morphling, and at that time he was still with Enro, I believe, what the team was. Anyway. It is, yeah, one of his signature heroes, and he is farming, and the top farmers are on both on the dire side, 61 and 60, 61 and 60 with both 19 deny, so they're doing quite well. And with the Tinker also having his boost to travel, there are 2 towers down on the side of the dire, but I don't think that will change anytime soon unless there's going to be any real mistakes. Gale doesn't hit, nice dodge of the Gale, but still we form through. Refraction is not on there just yet, just harassment and a haste through, making sure that he can get that harassment in and get out safe again in time as the Tinker comes in, throwing down some rockets, but there's Refraction up in time. If the Gale would have hit, that would have been a different story perhaps, but nope. And they might think about pushing. They don't have a very hard pushing hero, as in, of course, they have the Tinker, but they don't really have something that gets towers down very quick. Not extra. Well, they have wards, but not extra creeps from the Chen, for example, stuff like that. No Leshrac, no Bear from the Lone Druid. So even if they do, they have to really get a kill and they get something in return for it. That's basically what I wanted to say. Because if there's a standoff, they might be not able to take down a tower in time enough before Empire thinks to do something about it and use their Ravage to stop that standoff. But then again, it hasn't happened just yet, but if they want to take towers, which they haven't done so far, they have to get a kill and then get a tower as a prize money of it. Winter in the meantime, 30 for 3. I mean, she had a hard start, but she's now catching up for sure. And that is one of the differences that you have. Oh, hello, Ravage is ready, and they want to use it, I think. Tinker! There's a slow, and there's a TP out. Will the Ravage be used? No? He is fine. Tinker has been stacking this camp, by the way. He's doing a nice job also. In the meantime, top lane, Hand of God going through Leshrac, picking up the Venomers, and still though might be able to pick up the Sand King as well. But no! But no! Tinker came back here to help out his team in time and picked up the Leshrac kill. Sand King for Leshrac. Good trade, I guess. The Sand King is still level 5 though, which is still a bit sad, but he already had a hard time anyway. Leshrac actually was doing quite okay. It was the first time he died, so good kill nonetheless. As there is a... Well, I don't know what Unicorn is thinking about doing here. Yeah, there's the right decision. We've roaming up behind this tower. They were trying to harass some of this tower. Tinker was there though, helping out. Rockets will fly, hit on the Tidehunter. Tidehunter... I want them to start looking for a team fight. That would be something nice to see, but they're still playing fairly safe. Well, apart from that attempted kill on the top lane, but it seems like he is saving his Ravage for something. But if he is, then he should be using it quite soon. I would expect anyway. And Rubik is a supporting. Oh, stand up in mid lane. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should watch the standoff or this standoff. Windrunner has a double damage, but wants to go for it. Rubik goes down. Windrunner has so much damage. Jeez, in the meantime, middle lane still not done yet with the standoff going on here. Ravage being used. There it is. Mechanism as well. Hand of God was already used earlier. Tidehunter will be sent home. Will be fine. Not that's not fine for the Venomancer though. He gets picked up by the TA. Morphing into strength slightly and going back out. Wants to pick up a kill. Maybe still gets slowed though. Reforming through. Still slowed 50%. Morphing into strength. Now backing off. Edict there as well. Epicenter being casted. Picks up the Chen kill there. So Tinker wants to run. Rockets will fly. Scandal is gonna try to do what he can. Throw down the trap. Slow them down. Back off. He's gonna be fine. Oh yeah, one thing that I didn't say that just yet mentioned just yet. Marching machines is also of course very good to pop off the refraction. But then again, having said that, you don't really want to have a team fight in marching machines. That's never good. So I didn't really count that out just yet. TA wants to get Rubik. Rubik goes down. TA wants to go for more. Another support. Level 5. Look at that melt damage. 2 shots. Scandal on the run. This is gonna be some guy that I'm gonna follow a while because you know he is having his blink dagger right now if he wants to buy it. Well, almost anyway. And he is he's pretty farmed. He's doing well. He's 4 for 1. He had a tough time at the start earlier on, but Venomancer and Morphling lane could not shut him down. They were able to get free farm for the Morphling, but shutting him down is not succeeded, and they are in some trouble now. Or at least the supports are, because we just saw Rubik and Venomancer being picked off so fast that this TA is just, I mean, it's just free gold every single time if she has the blink dagger, which she now has. Every single time that Venomancer and Rubik are alone, or even together, as we just saw, they're gonna go down. Rockets will fly, Tidehunter very low. It's to back off already. Shackle only creeps. Percent roll cooldown as well. Looks like WhA wants to try to push in, but they are not accounting for this Leshrac just yet. Tidehunter sent back to base by the Chen. Get some more HP. And they back off again. Now what we see now is this Morphling who was on the middle lane earlier on and was able to get some farm there, but right now he's not able to get that farm anymore. He has to go to different lanes to do that, and this is actually the first time that we see him move towards a different lane to actually do that. And he's gonna be getting help from the Rubik, I think. And he is not up versus the TA or being placed. Rubik blinking away. TA blinking away. That is, of course, yes. So still, I have to say, they're still a fairly even game, even though gold now 7,500 in favor of Vampire. That is of course because of the towers that they have gotten down and the 4 extra kills, but it feels quite even still, mostly due to this Morphling and the Tinker able to have so much farm. Tinker though was, I was going to say was in a lot of trouble, but he is actually not in a lot of trouble at all. He is actually doing great. He is farming very fast here with these with the margin machines, with the ancients, and leaving Rubik here to get some free experience as well. It's of course very welcome. And he's gonna use Rubik even to get that gold. Man fight. Man fight. But yeah. That is free gold for the Tinker, and Tinker, who already had his boosted travel, now also has a blink dagger, so this is good news for him. More mobility for him as well, as we see the Chen having 2 Ursa warriors and a Hellcaller. That is a dangerous team lineup. Counting on the Ravage maybe and the slow from the PA to TA to help out. In the meantime, something that you can do with the TA, of course, is taking the Roshan fairly fast. Not only because refraction will make you stay alive for a long time, but also because the melt damage will reduce the armor, and that will just make it so much easier to kill down Roshan. And they're gonna leave Chen around there as well to take some experience. Sand King gonna be shackled to a tree, having some troubles. Ravage being used. There goes the Sand King. Power shot finishes him off. Blink, and Ravage got stolen. And the Fade will go through as well. Tidehunter drops 1 for 1 as Rubik goes down. Leshrac goes down. Burrow strike through. Tinker making it happen here. Where is Tinker? Oh, blink in, melt damage. Unicorn is not going to be able to stay alive. Windrunner picks him off. 3 for 2 right now. Sand King backing off again. Tinker actually TP'd back home. It's probably going to be back here soon again. And there he is. Rockets will fly. Roshan did win down, of course, with the PA who picked up the Aegis? Who picked up the Aegis? It is Windrunner that picked up the Aegis. Epicenter will be enough. Yes, it is enough! Scandal going down. Windrunner. Rocket will fly, and he will be going down. Sent home, not in time. But will the corpse won't be here. No, the corpse will still be here. Right? Yes. But that is indeed the Aegis already gone. Great fight for WhA Asian, even though they did lose their own heroes as well. Shekel doesn't latch. But yeah, they lost the Morphling, which is of course a big loss, but they got the kill on the PA, they got the kill on the Tide, they got the kill on the Leshrac, and they got rid of the Aegis. That is a good fight for them, as well as you can hope for at this stage of the game when Morphling is not big enough to really participate in team fights just yet. And this is kind of the time where the TA is on her strongest point, so a good fight indeed. They still lost to Roshan though, which is not really good, of course. If you take that into account, it gets turned around again, but let's not take that into account for now. And I'm just checking this one for a second. Tinker 340 doing great here with Windrunner, only died 4 times. Windrunner, who was able to pick up who was the one to pick up the Aegis, so I'm kind of wondering what their plan was right there, or if they just had to have someone to pick it up really soon because the rest was already fighting. This is a very fast Windrunner. Yeah, but might also indicate that they are once again aiming for this Windrunner to be a fairly semi-carry. For staff forward, there goes Leshrac, slow is there, Shackle doesn't hit, Leshrac stun doesn't hit because there's a burst strike, Sand King goes down though! Melt damage! Templar, Assassin, Hand of God going through, Morphling in a lot of trouble here, dodges a stun from Leshrac, Rockets will fly again, Leshrac backing out, Scandal getting a double kill, picking up the Venomancer right here, as he has his refraction still, backing off once again. And that is everybody right now. And that looks to be a tier 2 tower, quite squishy. Tier 2 tower with level 4 Edict hitting on it right now again. Again 50% slow on the Morphling. Fortification going off. 3 for 3 here. Rockets will fly. TP in there. Rubik able to help out, but the tower is already down. TA blinking away. Why did I say the wrong letter every time? I'm Tinker gone again. But they lost their tower. They lost 2 heroes. That is not really worth it, to be fair. Not really something that you want to really trade for. Tinker builds versus Sheepstick, a build that we see more often as well. Of course, his refraction will make sure that he. What did I just see? Oh well. The refraction will make sure that he, what did I say refraction? Rearm! Wow! Focus! Rearm will make sure that he has sheeps like every single time he rearms. And it looks like WhA Asian is going to find this title tier. Gil goes through the Windrunner, will be able to force stab to the low ground if she gets a chance. Does she get a chance? Oh, nice Shackle. He's going to go towards the Tide, helping the Tide escape, but he is still going to go down. I think one more right click needed. Burst Strike actually doing the job here. Tide will be able to back out, but quick and fast kill for WhA Asian there. Up on the Windrunner, was not able to force staff away anymore until Telekinesis is able to help out with that as well. Double damage again on Scandal, who is just farming here. He's got a lot of gold in his sleeve. Up his sleeve, 3,200 gold. I wonder what he's going to go for. If he's going to go for a Desolator, as we see so many TAs go for. If he's rather going to go for a BKB Morphling. That burst damage might be the end of you. A Depth Strike helps out. Still morphing into strength. He is now in over his head. Scandal, he does have a TP. Burst Strike misses though. And there's the melt damage. March of the Machines though goes through. Look at that. Sentry Ward being placed. And there he goes. Fade Bolt, lasers, rockets will fly. And that is Scandal dropping due to overextension. Going for Unicorn. But you know, you can't really go for a Morphling by himself on his base and expect there's not going to be health for him if he stays alive long enough. So that dive was a bit over enthusiastic. As one thing that I have to note here is that Chen, of course, picked up a Gem of True Sight, and not only for the Sand King if he's in Sandstorm, but also because of the wards. Because if you look at the map, there's no dire wards whatsoever. Like none. There's one Radiant ward just placed, as we saw that in place just now, and we see Leshrac picking up a kill on a Venomancer. That was a Venomancer, that puddle of blood right there. And Leshrac probably didn't have that much trouble taking him down. I mean, he is quite tanky. He has a haste rune, Edict, Nova, Lightning, maybe even a stun. It is just too much to deal with from a solo Leshrac. From the Venomancer, that's of course level 8 for his level 13 Leshrac. Let's take a look at the gold graph for a second. We still see it heavily in favor of Empire, but having said that, it is being kept even at this point, which is basically all you can ask for, and is, in theory, if you're holding your ground, you are getting ahead. Yes, get your head around that one. It's got to do with percentages and stuff like that. I can't really explain it properly because then I'll fall over words more than I normally already do. So, but in theory, if you're keeping your head, or keeping it straight, you're getting ahead. Telekinesis on the wind front, epicenter, burrow strike, blink as well, but doesn't do anything. Ravage will hit still, anchor smash as well. There goes the Sand King. Out of God still going through because that got stolen by the Rubik, who steals everything but still goes down. Venomman's ulti being used as well. Rubik illusion from the Morphling goes down. Venomman's is still on the way out there. We're still seeing the Morphling in a lot of trouble, gets picked off here. Chen actually picking up the last hit, and in the meantime Tinker picking up the Leshrac kill. Tinker being dominating right now. He's 4 for 0, but he's not able to help his team staying alive long enough. I mean, Morphling gets picked up as well, sending the Rubik. It is only the Venomancer and the Tinker that stay alive, and they were able to pick up the Tide and the Leshrac. Not the two heroes that you want to have most, because at this time you want to have the Templar Assassin, and you want to have the Windrunner. And of course Leshrac is nice because he is quite tanky, but he is not really the hero that you want to go for. Gil hits on the Windrunner with counter ward and the counter ward. And yeah, that is gonna be a fight once again in favor of Empire, and they're gonna be able to take the reward. Tier 2 tower. And one thing again I have to point out, there's no towers down yet on their own side. That is part of the massive gold difference that we see. TP and Burst Strike, Windrunner getting a Gale, getting a Rocket, getting sent home by the Chen. Should be safe. And there we go, and they're trying to look for more strays, but I don't think they will find any. Chen is on the way out, TA is on the way out, and everybody is on the way out. Oh, sorry. Chen creeps. Chen creeps were on the way out. They're gonna go in on this. Sand King gets picked off here. Leshrac picking up the kill. Gil hits on 2, nice Gil, getting slow still though by the trap. There's no Ravage, but that doesn't matter for Tide, he just wants to go for it still. Venomancer getting picked up, Ethereal Blade once again picked up by the Morphling, but is it going to be doing enough? There goes the Rubik, still goes down, Morphling still taking a lot of damage, Morphling in the strength. I don't think he'll be fast enough though. There's 5 heroes bashing on him, and it's Scandal that picks up the kill, and Blink away from the Tinker again, and that is a turn and burn. That is how we call that, turn and burn, and this time they will get the tier 2 tower for it. And this time there are 4 heroes down instead of just 3. And that is painful, and that might just cost them more than they were willing to give, because look at the gold graph, but more importantly, look at that experience graph. It is spiking up high, 10k in favor now of Empire. That is indeed very high. We still have Tinker not ready yet with his sheepstick and Desolator, and he picked up by Scandal here. So that is the standard build that we see coming off from a lot of TAs. And we have Tidehunter going for a hood. Let's check out a couple more of the items because it feels like I missed some of them. Windrunner also going for a sheepstick by the looks of it. Picked up an ultimate orb as well. We already saw Leshrac's Bloodstone, or at least we saw his Soul Booster, knowing that he would be going for a Bloodstone. And yeah, Ethereal Blade, once again, I have to say once again that I am not sure about this choice going for a Ethereal Blade first. It is one of those items that you can get if you get enough, if you get a good start, which he did have, I have to point out, he did have a good start. But he did die 3 times after that again. Or 1 time actually, the 2 times were just now on the top lane. But it is one of those items that you want to use to pick off the weak supports, to make sure you are ahead and then stay ahead. But right now, which hero is he gonna pick up? Templar Assassin. He has to have refraction off, otherwise you can't really do it. And no, there, morph away. Windrunner, who is actually quite tanky. You won't be able to do that. Tidehunter, you know, I'm not even gonna comment on that one. Leshrac tanky. Chen maybe, but Chen last game we saw Godlike going for that. Oh, hello, Morphling. You saw them going for you! TA picking up the kill, blinking after that. I didn't think that he would let him get himself got out again. But last time we saw Chen going for that cloak early on. And I do think that this time he will, maybe if he dies once, then he will pick it up, but he will still pick it up at some point. He picked up a bracer, and his mechanism. He's already quite okay for Chen as survivability goes. And Roshan still goes down. This time no contest there from WhA's Asian. Because the last couple of Roshan fights that they contested, they ended up in a team wipe. Not only in this game, but also in the previous game. Not really what they want to go for. And it looks like Empire is thinking, you know what, we have the advantage and we're going to go for a push. And I have to say, I am not quite sure what WhA can do to stop this from happening. Yes, they have a Morphling, and yes, he is not doing that bad, and they have a Tinker that's definitely not doing that bad, so that the pushes won't really come that easy. Tinker actually hasn't died at all. But then again, there hasn't been any towers either, and there has been towers going down on the side of WhA. Oh, Tinker, this might be the first time that you go down. Shackle doesn't latch, gets slowed though. Be in time, nope. Threat there from the Morphling is apparently enough for them to not want to go on that. That was just a demonstration that Windrunner has finished her side of the vice. And that is not surprising with the amount of farm she has been getting. I mean, look at her net worth. It's very high. It's up there with the rest of them. And we do see Tinker now also picking up his side of the vice. So Tinker, who is highest up on net worth, is doing quite good as well. But then again, Tinker, he is listed as a carry, and he can potentially carry, but against the TA, he's still quite squishy, and he can do stuff with his spells and stuff, and he can sheep stuff, but is he going to be able to carry this? Is he going to be able to turn this around? And I say turn this around, because right now, at this point, there is, they need to turn it around. You can't consider this even anymore, like, far from. It's in favor of Empire. And Empire are going to make sure that they're going to continue to keep on to this advantage that they have, which is of course partly due to the 6 towers that they have down and no towers down yet for WhA, which is also a lot of gold already still with lying there around there for WhA to pick up. Hello, Windrunner. Wow. And that was Ethereal Blade being put to use. Blink on the Morphling instantly. And they want to go for him. Look at that burst damage. Morphling to his illusion. Blink Burst Strike doesn't hit on anything but some of the Chen creeps, and not even that. TA looking to go in. Melt damage. There's the Burst Strike through. Able to get away. Still 50% slow though. Trying to get some revenge for that Windrunner that they just picked off. Tinker TPing in. Rockets, Mars and Machines. Rockets, Mars and Machines. It's such a fun hero to play. Well, for me anyway. And Empire, they are I mean, it is such a difficult hero to push in on, this Tinker. How are you gonna push in? If you don't want to fight in the Marching Machines. Well, actually, having said that, you have to fight in the Marching Machines, otherwise you can't push in. So they might just wait a bit more, because right now they're doing an okay job of shutting down everybody of WhA. Nobody really has the space to farm anymore, apart from the Tinker, maybe to throw down these couple of thingies. And he still hasn't died yet, by the way. Yes, I know, I said that before already, and he hasn't died since I said that, but, you know, I just wanted to point that out once again. But yeah, it is not an easy job to push in against this lineup, definitely not. And even though you have the Marching Machines, not only that, you have a Fate Bolt to clear out creep waves. You've got a Weform through, which then can morph back into his Replicate, so without putting himself at too much harm's way. And of course, the Venomancer Wards must not be forgotten, one of the best counter pushers in the game. Blink Dagger up on the tide, though, that will help them for sure. That will help them initiate, basically. To say it plain and simple. Like I just said, that if they wanna fight in the Marching Machines, they can now. They can just blink in Ravage and then make sure everybody comes in, maybe pick up the Tinker as the first one, and that will probably be the goal. If you kill off the Tinker, I mean, they have already proven that they can kill off the Morphling pretty fast. I mean, he can't morph into strength fast enough for the burst damage that's coming out from this guy here. Scandal on his TA. Yeah, Desolator there, he's already got his gold for his BKB if he wants to have it. And having said that, I mean, yes, there is a Burrow Strike that he has to watch out for, but then again, he might just go for more damage items. BKB, yeah, it's nice to have, but it's not really necessary in this game, from my point of view anyway. The Shrek, picking up a Mystic Staff, maybe also going for a Sheep Stick, maybe going for, like last game, Sheever's Guard. Able to have some extra AoE. Follow up on the Tide ulti. But this is kind of a standoff. I mean, these two teams know that next fight, if you are the WhA, next fight could cost you your base, could cost you the game. So they're being very careful with that. If you're Empire, next fight, you could just give away gold to the Morphling that could tip the scales, and you don't want to do that either. Or gold to anybody else in that matter. Get down there, so careful! The Tide Hunter is looking for a good place to blink from. Maybe there. Is that a good place to blink from, Tide? I don't know if you can. I'm kind of expecting them to want to take a team fight around there. If they succeed. Nice shackle. Let's see what Windrunner is going for next, so we don't know yet. Maybe MKB again, I would like to see that. I mean, there's not only, oh, Tide! Oh, Tide! Rockets will fly, will be enough though, and there's a Burrow Strike, and that is enough. Venomrancid gets the kill. And that is what you get if you just, you know, stroll around on your own in front of the enemy's base. Good pick off here for WhA. Hope they don't get too cocky with it though, because they are going in. They are gonna go in, gonna have Tinker turn into a piglet. There's a trap. DA double damage rune. They have to back off right now. They saw the DD rune. They can't fight that. Such a powerful hero already, and then with the DD rune, it's just too much. And BKB indeed being picked up by the TA. Ultimate or by the Shrug. Maybe still going for a sheepstick. Is still going for a sheepstick, that is. Now we see Morphling. He is building towards the BKB, but he's not going all that fast. I mean, that's no surprise though. I mean, he wants to A, have maybe money for buyback. B, he can't really farm that well outside his base because we saw him being picked off a couple of times already, and he doesn't want to have that again, and he doesn't want to die again. I mean, I don't blame him. And as we see now, he can't go anywhere. You can see his frustration. He's moving left and right. Where can I go? Where can I go? Well, you can try to pick up these last hits, but you know, it's not as much farm as you would want. That's basically it. Oh, Tinker again. Able to get out. Tinker, the only one that's able to push these lanes out further than that nice shackle, but they can't go in on that. Or can they? Nope, they can't. I mean, Tinker even might be able to pick up some of the towers, and when the towers start going down on the side of Empire, that is when they maybe should be slightly worried, because then WhA will get some gold that, you know, that they didn't have before. Surprise. And just some solid gold for their entire team, not just for their carries, but it's very important at this stage of the game to also have the gold up on your supports. And even though they're not doing that bad with the gold that they have, it is the gold from the towers that they definitely miss. That is just the way it is. Tower gold is the solid gold that you are expecting. Oh, Burrow Strike, Leshrac, blow your brain! He got more than what he asked for, even though he might be able to kill him! We killed off one! Maybe he will kill off three! No, he'll kill off only two! Well, I say only two, but he killed off two! Still died! Managed to pick up the Tinker for the first time in this game! Ravage being used, and that kills off the Morphling. Venomance in a lot of trouble. Is gonna try to TP out, should be safe, but at this time, buyback from the Tinker definitely needed. It's gonna try to stop this push from happening on the top lane, otherwise they would have lost their tower and maybe even their barracks. What a turnaround from the Leshrac. And Leshrac is not dead for that long. He has the Bloodstone, he's only dead for another 15 seconds. I can't believe he picked up the Tinker still there, geez. Blink in. Oh, there goes the Tinker again for the second time this game. He didn't die at all, and then he dies twice within a minute. And there goes the Rubik as well. Double kill for Scandal. Wants to go for more. Is he going to get the Venomance as well? The Rather turns his eyes toward the tier 3 tower, and it goes down. TA actually getting the last hit of that as well. Morphling can't really do anything. Looking for a way, maybe with his Ethereal Blade, but who is he going to go on? Is he going to go on the Windrunner that doesn't die from it? Burrow Strike, Epicenter, we form, that goes to Chen. Morphling Ethereal Blade used for that, but the stun from the Shack hits on 2. Sandkin goes down, Unicorn goes down. It is the Venomancer that is alive for the only one there. And he is not going to be alive for very much longer. Triple kill for the TA. GG. Good luck further, and that will mean that Empire takes 2 versus 1 versus WhA Asian in the Lostworld tournament organized by M5 or by Dota2.ru. If you're Russian, you can check out that site because I don't think there's an English version for that one. And that will also mean that Empire will take it up in the semifinals after this match, either against KP or against Kharkov, the team of Arsenal. I'm not sure yet which of those 2 teams won, as I didn't check just yet, but I will check for you after this match so you can know which one of those teams will be having a best out of 3 versus Empire. Empire who's proving again to be very strong today, even though I have to say, we as Asian, definitely putting up a good fight, especially in game 1 where they were just having the bad luck where Morphling couldn't carry them anymore, but having a very solid early game for them. And oh, Scandal, not done just yet. There's one. Wants to have a rampage. Is he going to be able to do it? Look at... Nope, not able to do it. Let's see, blow your brains. He probably has more chance. Look at that. Oh, kill steal. Nope. Oh, Unicorn was still there. So there's the difference there. They want to go. They get it. But no rampage. And Scandal is safe, and blow your brains also safe. And the throne goes down. And yeah, so my name is Sheever. You can follow me on, or you can subscribe to my YouTube, please. YouTube.com/SheeverGaming. And yeah, we're gonna see a best out of 3 between Empire and whichever one won the other quarterfinals of the Lostworld tournament. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for more Dota 2 action on this quite sunny Saturday here. So be right back and stay tuned. More action coming up.